Society. Welcome back to another video. As you can tell by the title, today is an esthetician based video. It seems like it's been a minute. I know I keep saying it with you guys, but my life is in transition. For those of you who haven't watched any of my previous videos, so we're moving. I got some business stuff transitioning, and yeah, it's just a lot going on, along with real life, real mom duties and all of that. So I'm trying to just keep up with the content, y'all, so bear with me. But anywho, if you are new, go ahead and hit that subscribe button right now, because I do already have a ton of content that you can go ahead and binge watch, and I'm sure will be helpful for you or just really good for entertainment. So let's get right into this video. This video has been requested many times before, and I'm sorry that it's been, I guess, pretty delayed, but not necessarily delayed, but it has been on my list of videos to do. So for all of you guys who don't think I see your comments, even though I try to respond to all of you all, when I can, always comment or message me or whatever on videos that you think might be helpful along your journey. If you are thinking about being an esthetician, you're just aspiring, so you're just trying to see other estheticians in the field, or you're already an esthetician, or you're in school and you just need the extra motivation, mentoring, and tips. So as you can tell by the title, we will be talking about how to find a salon suite or spa suite, and what to look for when you find that spa suite or salon suite, or whichever route you go. So because you can go many different routes. So let's get into it. So I would say altogether have about 9 or 10 tips on this topic, but of course I'm going to throw a little bonus in there, and of course try to explain things of why I'm saying what I'm saying. As all my other videos, I try to be as detailed as possible, so you guys are not just getting vain answers. I'm really trying to tell you what to look for, when and how, what, when, why, okay? What, when, how, where, why, what, okay? So location. And if you don't have my beginner esthetician guide ebook, go ahead, I'll have the link in the description below, and pick up a copy of my ebook it's really good in the beginning stages for you to really help you figure out what is what, especially before you're in school or while you're in school, and give you a lot of different resources to help along with this type of stuff. So anywho, location, I always say, is the most important step. This is why these are not any particular order, by the way. This one stuck out first. So you have to think about what type of clientele you even want. Let's think about that. Start there, because that's going to depict what type of location you need to be looking in. And this will give you some type of direction if you already don't even know where you want to start with location. So think about what type of clientele you want, go where that clientele is, and then go into looking for location spots in that, whatever that area or whatever target audience may be. So location is just so important, y'all. So really do your research on that location. You definitely want it to be high traffic. So I always tend to go towards the locations that are more commercial. And what I mean by that is versus residential, because residential is mostly obviously just families and stuff, where people actually live, parks and stuff like that. I don't want to really be located in those areas. They're not high traffic areas. So commercial areas are where people work. A lot of people commute there. There's a lot of different office buildings. There's a lot of food places. Mostly commercial areas have more businesses, restaurants and events, or just anything in that nature. So that's why I like to be kind of in the midpoint of Raleigh, where I am, because it's very high traffic for what I need it to be for, and my type of clientele. It's a ton of food spots there, so people, when they're at lunch, they can see your business, driving by, and just a lot of people work in the area that I am in. So it just makes a lot of sense. I've got a ton of clients by them just searching spas near me or whatever they were looking for. A client that I had recently was looking for like Brazilian wax near me. She was at work and she wanted something to somewhere close that she can come on like her lunch break, and that's how I got that client. So those are real life examples I try to give you guys to really kind of like understand why I say location is important in high traffic areas, mostly commercial, like I said, but that's just my experience. You can have really good experience in residential areas, but I don't really know that to be successful from my experience. So I can't really give any type of information on that. But everyone I know who's more in like the city or the busier area, because so like even if you're in a small town, go to where it's busy in that small town, so you can get the high traffic from wherever you may be located. Because I mean, I'm still in the South, I'm still in the country, but there are busy areas. So definitely think about location before anything. All right, second tip, next tip, whatever, because y'all know I'm gonna lose count. So follow along, okay? Overall building appearance, their aesthetic, is it matching your vibes? So what I mean by that is, once you figure out the location, once you find a space or building even in that location, does that space give what you're trying to give as far as like the vibes and the aesthetic? Because that matters. Even if you don't think it matters, say you are a relaxing spa business, and that's like your main vibe, I should say. You want them to come in and feel homey and relaxed. Then you want to look for locations that give that impression even to yourself right off the bat, like when you're looking into spaces. Because I remember when I found my space, it was the energy for me. It was energy for me. It really was. Because like not only my landlord, like her energy was really cool and warm, and she just seemed really down to earth, but her space, and I'm not even speaking on like how it's decorated or anything. I just mean like it was very like moody and relaxing, and just it had such a calmness. Definitely keep your options open. Look at a few options, like at least 2 to 3, to really see what's going to match your aesthetic right away. And because it's going to help when your clients are going to pull up and already get like a good impression from you before they even step in your spa room. So that is also something to think about. It's not super important because sometimes you can be that picky as far as like finding something if it's hard, but it's a plus. So, okay. Third thing that you want to look for, and it's another big one, like this one is definitely not like a plus, this one matters, okay, is parking. Please make sure you have really good parking or some type of alternative option, like they can park across the street and it's like a big lot there, but it may not be one at your, like say you're a storefront like type of business, and they walk up, so there's no parking lot in front of your store. Obviously, maybe it's one right next door, so all they have to do is come around, or maybe it's one right across the street. Whatever that case may be, make sure you have enough parking. That's self-explanatory. I don't even need to explain or give an example. So definitely look into having good parking, sis. Moving on. Okay, so this next tip is a plus, but this also is not one that's super needed, because for the most part, the type of things we do as far as like spa, salon services, well, I'm going to say spa because in the salon, you're sitting for longer periods of time, so it's more needed in their business. But in the spa business, it's not like long periods of time. You have someone in there and they're normally busy, okay? With waxes, facials, they're busy. So they don't need their phone. But it's Wi-Fi. So make sure you have some type of internet that they can hook up to, that is some type of like guest internet or guest line, whatever you want to call it, because it does help. And most places do offer like for your guests to have Wi-Fi. All right, next tip is rental terms. Okay, so let's get into this, and it matters. I know we all are not the best at reading our contracts. Y'all know you ever been on something and it's like terms and conditions. Check this box if you read the Bible, okay? Because that's how long it is normally. And who's who's rating that, sis? Okay. But for this, I'm going to tell you, be patient, slow down, pump the brakes. Okay. Take your time, read the terms and conditions when it comes to your rental agreement, your lease agreement, lease terms, whatever you want to call it, okay? And this is before you sign or anything. This is when you're looking at these spaces. You want to ask, be very vocal in the beginning, if this landlord building, whatever it may be, managed by a company or somebody just singly, whatever the case may be, you want to be open and ask them, what are the rental terms? Because if this is a new business for you, you're not going to know how good it's going to do in the beginning. And you're going to be scared. You're going to be nervous. It's a risk to open up your own business, okay? No matter who you are. Even if you've done it 20 times, it failed, and you starting over, okay? From scratch. Every time you're going to have some type of like nervous feeling because you're jumping in the lake, the pool, the pond, the beach. We diving in, okay? So you want to have something to make you feel a little bit more comfortable about getting into a contract. So with my landlord, I'll give you an example. She was extremely like understanding and open about this part. So she gave us the option, because if you don't know, I rented our space in the beginning when we first started out with my one of my Esty besties, just to see, you know, if it's something that we were going to do long term or even be in that space, and just to budget better, because we can take clients on different sides of the room or different days of the week. So think about like partnering with another esthetician to share a space if you can't afford rent all on your own. That's really good to start with in the beginning, okay? But I did that option, okay? And it was really helpful. And the landlord was like, we'll do this kind of on a month-to-month basis. So we still signed it. We still signed a year lease, because sometimes people want you to sign like a 2 or 3 year lease, and you don't know if you're going to be in business in 2 or 3 years, or you don't know if you're going to be in that location. So especially if this may be something you're doing on the side. So don't get into these long 2-3 year leases. Only try to do 1 year. And if not 1 year, ask, can it be a month to month thing with the year pricing term? So like you still get the regular rate that it would be if it was a 12 or 24 month lease, but you're just paying month to month. And you give 30-day notice. So that's what my landlord did as an example. She was like, well, see how it goes. If you guys feel like this may not be for you, if ever you want to get out of this, or you can't afford it, or business is not going the way that you thought it would go, just let me know the month prior that, okay, this will be my last month, or next month will be my last month, whatever your situation is. And then you can totally like come out of the space without owing any other money, without it being like anything that's going to go on your name or credit or anything. So most beauty businesses or beauty spaces has this option for you. So make sure you're tapping into this and you're asking about something that can make it more of a month to month thing, to just see how things are going. That part is very important. Do not sign these long-term leases, okay? Okay, moving on. So the next thing kind of goes off of, I would say, the rental terms thing, but it's the landlord relationship in general. How open are they? Do you feel like if anything goes wrong, if you have any questions about anything, is that landlord accessible? Can you easily get to the person that you need to talk to, and you're not dealing with some big old company? And even if you are, do they have like this reliable go-to person with dealing with like your business? Because this is your baby. This is a big deal. And you need to be able to have some type of like relationship, and like I said, be comfortable with where you are. I mean, like, imagine being uncomfortable. No, just no. I don't even need to say nothing. Just no. Okay. All right. So next tip is the utilities and common areas. These are the things that you definitely need to look for when looking for a spa suite, or if you do like a spa booth. This all applies to you guys too. But utilities can be included or not. So it just depends on where you are. Always try to go for something where the utilities are included, common spaces are shared, and you get kind of like all the amenities within your rental price. Because otherwise, you're giving away too much money. And if you haven't watched my breaking the costs down video, I'll try to put it up here somewhere, link it so you can click on that and watch it after this video. But you should only be putting in, I think your rental amount is like 30%. It's always going to be the highest. It's like 30 to 40%. But you should never be putting more of that money back into like where you're renting, because you're taking away too many of your profits. So don't try to just jump out there to get like the most expensive suite and the most expensive space just because, or you're trying to follow some type of trend, I don't know, or impress whomever. No, go low, okay? Go with something that's a little bit more like esthetician starter package and grow. And as you make money, you invest more and you keep upgrading your spaces, your services, your supplies, and your decorations, your vibe, and things like that. That's always the smarter option. So I'm never going to tell you guys to go big right out the gate. No, because I don't want you to waste money. I don't want to waste my own money. Okay, so I'm not going to tell you to waste yours. That's just that. Moving on. All right, so the next tip I have for you, and we're down to like our last 2 or 3, but the next tip I have for you is please be careful when you're looking for buildings and suites and spa salons and spa booths and all that, to make sure that this establishment, I should say, is up to date with like all of their paperwork, because that trickle down on you, whether or not it's your fault, you like it or whatever. Because say that they have regulations or they're behind on like state board inspection or anything like that, your business can be shut down tomorrow. Yes, all your hard work can be shut down tomorrow just because the space that you're located in they get some type of like fine or whatever. Like anything can happen, or their state board inspection failed or anything like that. It affects you because they'll close their doors, which means they close your doors. So you can't do anything about that unless you pick your suite up and take it out the building, okay? And no. All right, y'all. So this is a bonus, and we're down to like our last 2, and these last 2 are bonus tips because y'all know I always gotta give gems, bonuses, and all that. You know, I like to give the girls what they came for, okay? It's not required. It's whatever. It's just one of those plus things. It's definitely a plus. Sometimes when you, let's say, rent in one of the big establishments like Salon lofts, and I know it and I just can't think of it right now, and it's like on the tip of my tongue. But anywho, y'all know what I'm talking about. Those big ones that you could just pull up to. They're like in every plaza, and they say like lofts and suites and all that. And they're super expensive, so I wouldn't go that route right out the gate unless you just have it like that, okay? But they put you on their website and, you know, help promote you and market you most of the time, because I think that those are like independently owned, so it just depends. But see wherever you're looking at, if they put you on their website, whoever may own the space that you're in, if they put if you're allowed to put like anything that you promoting in your business, if you can promote to their clients, if you can put flyers, cards, you can put your name in the front, like where the interest is, any type of marketing, honestly, for your business. See if they help you with marketing. Okay, y'all, my camera is having a lot of issues today, so if it's a lot of cutting, editing, it's all over the place. It's my camera. I don't know what it's on. It just keeps stopping my video. I don't know. I don't know. But anywho, so the last tip on my list is another bonus, and this is just like where I feel you may have the best luck in places that you can actually look for suites. So we talked about like what to look for when you find the suite or when you're looking for the suite, but not actually like where can I go right now and search up suites. So I'm gonna give you a few. Craigslist is the first one. You have a lot of scammers and spam on Craigslist, so you you know, sift through all of that bull crap, okay? And you'll be able to tell what's legit, what's not. Automatically ask them, can I come and see it today? Like, no extra mess, none of that. No sending money, no deposit, no, don't discuss none of that when you're looking for spaces on Craigslist, whether that's just plain old spa suites, like it's already set up with a sink and everything, or it's office spaces, because check with your state. You can rent office spaces. Like, you can be in an office building that has like the receptionist and all that common area when they come up, and like say you're on like the 5th floor or something, like that's okay too. But just make sure that a portable sink in your suite is okay, or it's a sink nearby that's not a bathroom or restroom sink, because where I'm located, the sink doesn't have to be in your room, just as long as it's like within a certain amount of feet from you, and it's not like the restroom sink, which the kitchen is literally like, this is my suite, the kitchen's right here, so it always just works out that way. Or I could just get a portable sink, but I really don't need it for my space, because everything that I need to do is right there. So if it's a little farther ways from you as far as like the other sink, then get a portable sink. So yeah, Craigslist is good. Like I said, just make sure it's just more of a direct contact. As soon as you see something you like, I want to come and view it. When are you available? You know, to show me around, and that's it. You talk when you get there, okay? Don't discuss nothing, messaging them back and forth on Craigslist. That way you know they're not scam or spammers or anything like that. So that's a good one. Another one is OfferUp, Let Go, those type of places, which is similar to like Facebook Marketplace. So you can look on places like that, because most of the time people do put up like commercial spaces and stuff like that for rent. Another one is Facebook Marketplace, and that's probably the more common one. A lot of people will jump on Facebook Marketplace because it's more popular. A lot of people are on there. A lot of people list their things, but they also are becoming scam nation too. Facebook, okay? They need to sift through their people. People on there be trying to scam rental homes and all that, and no. Just make sure y'all have y'all thinking caps on when looking for a space, and turn your brains on, and really be very, very careful about like dealing with spaces and money and all of that. Another one is Peerspace. So this one you guys may not know too much about, but I definitely thought this would be really good to include it, to give you all options. So Peerspace is actually like a commercial Airbnb. So it's not to come and like sleep and stay, kind of like the hotel thing, like an Airbnb. Peerspace is for commercial spaces. So it's for people to rent out their spaces to other entrepreneurs or whomever, or people who are content creators and they want to come take photos in spaces. When y'all see people have like these really nice spaces, and they're doing content, or they're hosting classes, or whatever they may be, most of the time they rented it off Peerspace. And the key to that is, though, that's obviously not why you're getting on there, to rent it out for like a day, because it's like Airbnb, so it's like for a day or a few days, however long you need it for. But to have it on a month-to-month basis, you want to look and see who is renting that out, like who is the person that posted this, and then hit them up or message or whatever you need to do to figure out if they have actual spaces that are empty to rent to you. All right, so the last two tips about like actual places that you can look at today is ask around other Esties. Anybody that you see, that you know, even if it's on the internet, message them and say, hey, where are you renting? Like, if you see that they're local to you, like I'm in Raleigh. If I see a Raleigh esthetician and they have a nice space, I may message them and say, hey, does your building have more spaces and things like that? So ask other estheticians, cosmetologists, whoever that's in the beauty business, and see if their building that they're in have other spaces, or they know some building that may be near. Because most of the time, these spaces are like accompanied with another plaza of spaces. So like even where I'm located is kind of like a plaza of businesses already, but we have one next door to us, we have one behind us, we have one on the other side of us. So it's a ton of businesses, so it means it's a ton of spaces to lease. So ask other people that's in your profession, and that's all. That probably be super easy for you to do, because if you see somebody is renting a space already, then that means they probably already have other spaces available. So definitely think about that and write that down as a really good tip to start to look for your space. All right, so the last tip I have for this video and for you guys as far as like looking for a space, how to find it, and what to look for is the most old school way to find a space, but it still works. If it works, honey. Get out here, drive around. I know that you guys probably see this in your day-to-day lives already anyway, and you see office buildings or just storefronts, so like that they're made for like a salon or spa, that says like leasing available, and they have the signs in the front. I'm pretty sure you see them because I see them every day. Like buildings or like little plazas, they always have like a space available, okay? So drive around, look at the signs, and see if anything is available or it says leasing now or anything like that. Contact the number or email or whatever type of information they give you, or walk up into the space and get the information you need to find your new home for your business. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget, join Shavon Society and hit subscribe and the little bell next to the subscribe button so you get a notification every time I post. Good luck with finding you guys a suite and booths or spas or salons, wherever you're located. Good luck to all my beauty besties, and I will see you guys at the next video.